Hello viewers, it's summertime. Summertime to me means a summer style pasta, which is what we're going to make. We start with 1 pound of linguini, 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil, 1 pound of fresh cherry tomatoes, 1/2 teaspoon chopped of rosemary, 6 cloves of garlic, chopped largely, and then 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, also chopped fine. Now the first thing we're going to do is get a pot of water boiling. Nice rolling boil there. Everybody in the pool. Alright, and just work that down. Maybe. And once the water starts to boil again is when we start our time for cooking this. For this particular pasta, it is just under 7 minutes until it is going to be al dente, which is perfectly where we want it. Alright, and for the sauce, set our stove to medium-high heat. Add your 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And while that's going, go ahead and add your garlic. Now you want to add the garlic while the oil is still cold, because even though we've done just a large chunk chop, it's still going to burn really fast if you add the oil in while it's hot. So we'll just give that a few minutes until it starts to get fragrant. Alright, you need to give your garlic just a few minutes. Once it starts putting off that very garlicky aroma, it's time to add in your cherry tomatoes. Just do that. Kind of mix them in. Get them coated with the olive oil. And then now I like to season everything with maybe a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half of kosher salt. Again, kind of mix that together. Alright, we're going to drop the heat just a little bit and put on a lid and give that a few more minutes. Alright, so we have given these about 10 minutes to cook. Our pasta during that time was finished up, so I've drained it and reserved just a little bit of the liquid. Now, it is time for the burst part of the burst pasta. What you want to do is just kind of go through and smash these just a little bit. Now you could just use a spoon and smash them, but personally, I like just a little more power. $1 potato masher. Let's go through and burst all of these tomatoes. Nice sauce there, plenty of juice. And that is going to give us all of our flavor. Careful, it does get a little messy. Alright, get those off. Ooh, come on. There we go. Alright, to that we are going to add, again, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary, and then our whole 1/4 cup of the Parmesan cheese. Go ahead and mix that up real good. Drop your heat to about as low as it will go. And you want to let that cook for a good 3 to 5 minutes, which should be just enough time to make some goat cheese balls to accompany this. So, come on, don't be shy. Alright, we're going to start off with 4 ounces of goat cheese that's been sitting out at room temperature for about half an hour. So it's nice and soft. You can go ahead and just give it a little help though with a fork. To that, we're going to add another half teaspoon of rosemary, half teaspoon of thyme. We need a little bit of fresh mint, about a teaspoon's worth, and some fresh basil, chopped fine. Do this as close to the time that you're going to use it as possible, because basil does start turning black, which still tastes fine, but it's just not quite as appealing. Alright, and then to that we also need the zest of 1 lemon. Alright, and when you've zested the lemon, make sure you only get the top layer. Leave all the white part behind. That is called the pith, and it is very bitter. Alright, so once you've got it all in, just kind of mix it in real well. This is going to, the lemon zest, the citrus, will offset that very strong pungent of the pungent flavor of the goat cheese, and then the herbs just add a nice summer flavor to it. Alright, and then we're going to turn these just into little balls to accompany the pasta. I personally find that it helps if you get just a little bit of non-stick spray on your fingers. Careful though, because that stuff is really slick. Try not to get it on the floor. Alright, and then just take these and work them into little balls. And you probably get, I don't know, depending on the size, anywhere from like 8 to 15 of these things. Alright, so once you've got all your cheese balls made, that should have given our sauce plenty of time. It is now time to incorporate our pasta, which is into here. And just kind of mix that up. If, like this, it is kind of sticky, that's where you could use a little bit extra of your pasta water that was reserved, which will help thicken or thin out your sauce. Yeah, I should have put the sauce on the pasta, but alright. Stir yourself up. A nice heaping portion of pasta, a little extra sauce. You can always finish with a few extra of the fresh herbs if you want. A few of the goat cheese balls go in there. And then you've got one of my favorite summer pastas.